Intel just did something that I think a lot of us are actually happy about, and that is the all-new Intel Arc B580. And this GPU has been bringing a big roar into Intel's GPU scene, because they have done something that is finally correct. They have a GPU that can compete against the likes of the RTX 4060. Now, I'm not going to compare it against the likes of the Radeon RX 7600 because that GPU is just $10 more than the MSRP for the Arc B580, which of course the MSRP for the Arc B580 is around about $250. Now, in today's video, we're not going to be covering the specs because of course I already talked about it on the channel before. Instead, we're going to be talking about how this card is doing against the likes of the RTX 4060, which of course is around about $300 for this GPU. So today we're going to be covering obviously the performance and what you can do in terms of difference with the price. Let's obviously talk about the main big thing which people wanting to know. How well does the GPU do against the likes of the RTX 4060 in some titles? Now, the first set of benchmarks I'm going to be showing is at 1440p gaming, which of course these GPUs can do it. It's just obviously going to have around about 60 or less frames, which obviously if you do not really care about frames, then sure, go for it. But the fact that the Intel Arc B580 is basically either a few frames ahead or a few frames behind just shows you that Intel has been improving the performance for these GPUs. But what about 1080p gaming, which is obviously what these GPUs are mostly built for, which is obviously budget builds. And it does extremely well against the RTX 4060. Now, of course, you can see on the list that you do obviously see how well it does against the RX 7600, which obviously, like I said, it's not much of a difference between the Intel and AMD's GPUs. But the fact that this card is not far off compared to the Nvidia RTX 4060 is very shocking, because that means people that already bought the RTX 4060 could have saved about $50 on their GPU for the same performance. And that's where we transition to what you can actually do with extra $50, because let's be honest, that extra $50 can actually get you a PC case, upgrade to your SSD, or even game better components to basically improve your airflow for your system, or even more. So Intel basically just saved not only your wallet by not spending too much on a GPU and still giving it the same performance as what you could have gotten for extra $50 with the RTX 4060. And this is another reason why I'm talking about it, is because right now this makes me consider of going for the Intel Arc B580 instead of the RX 7600, which was the original GPU I wanted to go for my own build. Now, I'll dare say something that I hope can actually happen is that with Intel's new GPU, it could maybe threaten the likes of Nvidia and AMD to release GPUs that have performance, but not for a high-end price, because of course they kind of had a monopoly over the GPU markets. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the situation? Do you think Intel just might have made a big disruption in the GPU markets by releasing their Arc B580? Or do you think this can be the start of GPUs finally getting a little bit cheaper for us to go for? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video. Be safe as always, and have a great day.